In this video, we're going to see Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer attempt one of the most audacious PR stunts I think I've ever seen. Let's watch the full clip and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
Hey everybody. We finished for the day. We started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went to now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Ghislaine answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this, she has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her cert petition on Monday. Remember, people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong. Remember, a juror lied to get onto the jury, admitted to lying to get onto her jury. She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Ghislaine has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just trying to get through the process where we are now and get her some relief. So that's where we are today.
Do you feel like you're going to get some relief after all the conversations we've been having the last couple of days?
We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those questions. We don't think this will affect her appeal. We're appealing on a very important ground, which is the government at the time promised her that, promised Jeffrey Epstein that any potential co-conspirators would not be prosecuted. And so she deserves that promise. And I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that the Justice Department took the position that that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government. And so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well.
Are you hoping for a new deal here?
I'm sorry?
What was the focus of the question?
They asked about every possible thing you could imagine, everything.
Are you hoping for a new deal as a result of this?
I'm sorry?
Okay, so, right. I mean, where do you even start with that? Just, wow. The whole thing is just, it's a performance, isn't it? The first thing that gets me is him standing there saying he's very proud of her. Proud of her. For what? For sitting in a room and answering questions? Something she was legally compelled to do? He says she answered honestly and truthfully. We have no way of knowing that, do we? This is a woman convicted of perjury, among, many other horrific things. So starting off with a statement about how proud you are of her honesty is certainly a choice. And then he just launches into this whole victim narrative. She has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. I mean, really unfairly? She was a fugitive for a year before the FBI found her hiding out in $1 million mansion in New Hampshire. He brings up the juror. A juror lied to get onto the jury. And okay, that's a thing that happened. A juror failed to disclose that he had been a victim of sexual abuse. It was a whole thing. But the courts, they already dealt with that. The judge reviewed the whole situation and decided it didn't warrant a new trial. So he's bringing up this point that's already been litigated and lost, and he's presenting it to the press like it's some kind of smoking gun that proves the entire trial was a sham. It just feels so disingenuous. And the part about her jail conditions, treated worse than an animal would be treated, woken up every 15 minutes. She was on suicide watch in a federal detention center after her main accomplice, Jeffrey Epstein, died in federal custody under extremely suspicious circumstances. I mean, what did they expect? That they were just going to leave her alone with a full night's sleep? The entire point was to prevent what happened to Epstein from happening again. That's not being treated like an animal. That's a protocol for a high-risk inmate connected to one of the most explosive cases in recent history. But the wildest part, honestly, is the appeal to the Supreme Court. This argument that a non-prosecution agreement that the government made with Jeffrey Epstein back in, 2008? In Florida, that promise to not prosecute his potential co-conspirators should somehow protect her from being prosecuted by a totally different office in New York more than a decade later for different crimes. It's such a Hail Mary. And then he drops Trump's name, just casually. I don't think President Trump knows, and President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. And at first you think, what? What does he have to do with anything? But then you stop and you think about it for a second. This isn't random. It's a signal, isn't it? I mean, let's be real. Donald Trump's name has been connected to Epstein for years. The flight logs, the old quotes about him being a terrific guy, all the stuff he's been desperately trying to make everyone forget. And now he's sitting in the Oval Office. So for Maxwell's lawyer to stand there on camera and start talking about how Trump, the ultimate deal maker, would understand that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government, that feels incredibly pointed. It's like he's sending a message directly to the White House. He's not just talking about some abstract legal principle. He's publicly reminding a sitting president with his own history with Epstein that deals, especially the quiet ones, are meant to be kept. It's a way of saying, you of all people should get this. You understand how these arrangements work. It's using Trump's own reputation and his past association as a form of public leverage. It's a shot across the bow, and it's honestly one of the boldest, most cynical political maneuvers I think I've ever seen. It's not just PR, it feels a lot more like a threat. So you look at this whole press conference, and it's just a lawyer throwing everything he possibly can at the wall to see what sticks. He's trying to muddy the waters, create doubt, and reframe one of the most monstrous people in modern memory as some kind of victim of the system. A system that, frankly, many would argue let her and Epstein get away with it for decades. It's pretty galling, honestly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments while you're down there. Hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.